Hello everyone, this is Free Thinkers United. My name's Randy, and my hopes for this channel is that we can unite together, we can have conversations, no matter what our views are, no matter what our opinions are. I challenge you to do that with somebody who you might not usually have a conversation with, because there's no telling how much you can learn from somebody. And it's so important, especially during this time, this crazy time that we're living in, that we just keep the conversations going and we are kind. That's the most important thing. Kindness goes a long way. So today I'm going to be talking about a cause that is near and dear to my heart, and that is human trafficking. I just joined this fight just shy under 2 months ago, and I am so glad that I did. It is giving my life purpose and meaning, and this is really a cause that we can all unite together on, because it's not a partisan issue, it's a humanitarian issue, and it's going to take all of us coming together and saying this is not okay. I know that there's a lot of people out there who don't even know what human trafficking is or the signs to look out for, and that is my goal with this channel, one of my goals that we are going to accomplish here. So please stay tuned for more videos, more updates, and I'm so glad to talk with you about this stuff, because that's what it's going to take. We're going to have to shine a light on things like this to bring forth real change. So a couple months ago I started a Facebook group, and I thought that this group could serve as a platform for everyone in the community to use to share resources, share news articles, come together in events to raise awareness and hopefully prevent this crime from happening altogether. And I'm so glad that I made the group, because I've been able to meet people who have been involved in this fight for many years, and I have so much respect and admiration for them. And right now I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been involved in the awareness, the prevention, resources for survivors, law enforcement, everybody that has been involved in helping fight human trafficking. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. We have to, as a society, come together. That's so important. Come together and say, slavery is never acceptable. It doesn't matter what kind it is. It doesn't matter who's doing it. We cannot stand for this happening. And, even when we did a march, which is in the photo here, which was awesome. We threw it together in about 2 weeks, and I was just really glad with the way it went and the turnout that we had. Even when we did that march and I was holding a sign, there was a man in a vehicle who, I can read lips pretty well. He was like, "That doesn't happen here." Well, it does, and I'm so glad to announce that we are going to be having a Q&A with a detective from the Sheboygan Police Department, and we're hoping that we can ask him a bunch of questions and get a bunch of answers from him. And we also want questions from you guys. What do you guys want us to ask him? Because it's so important that you get involved so that you can gain some perspective and hopefully share that perspective with others, because that's what is going to take to really get everybody talking about this, because what's done in the dark cannot happen in the light. If we are the light, we are going to combat this very big issue, and it's growing. This is the fastest growing criminal enterprise, and I kind of want to go into that today. I want to share an infographic with you guys from Operation Underground Railroad. That is a nonprofit that I'm recently signed up to volunteer in, and I'm waiting on a project request form to be approved. So I'm hoping we can do an event to benefit them, and I'm also going to be volunteering with Freedom Cry if I get approved to join their organization. I recently went to a march that they hosted at Fountain Park. It was about a 3-mile march, and it was a really great experience. And as long as you keep learning about this and looking for ways that you can that you can contribute to this fight, you're on the right track. So that's just what I'm trying to do, and I want to take you guys along with me on my journey, and hopefully I can have other people on this show who can share some perspective, and we can really take away from that and really change our community for the better. So we need more people to do stuff like this because it's so important. I wanted to share an infographic, like I said, and that is from Operation Underground Railroad. That's O.U.R rescue.org. And you can find this on here as well as a plethora of other resources. There's survivor stories, there's volunteer opportunities. Just go to that website. It is so wonderful, and they really try to take you behind the scenes on some of their sting operations. They bust a lot of brothels, and they work in the U.S. It's kind of crazy because people don't believe this, but I think at least half of their sting operations are done here, but they can only release a certain amount of information to the public. But they take you behind the scenes as much as they can because it is so important for people to realize that this is actually happening. Like I said, there's still people that are in disbelief. So I'm going to go to that fact sheet. Alright, so here we are, and this is on the O.U.R website, like I said. And I'm just going to go into this fact sheet and read some very important facts for you guys because it really brings it home and it gets you thinking about the gravity of this situation and how it is affecting our world and society and in so many different ways. So, human trafficking is modern day slavery, and it involves the use of force, fraud, or coercion to obtain some type of labor or commercial sex act. And it's very important to recognize that if anyone is under the age of 18, force, fraud, or coercion does not need to be present for it to constitute as a trafficking situation. So as of today, and a lot of these estimates aren't going to be perfect because this is a crime where it silences a lot of victims, and a lot of victims might not even identify as a trafficking victim. So that's why, law enforcement really, really relies on us paying attention to our surroundings. If you see something, say something. And if we understand what this crime is, we're really going to be able to make a difference and be able to act. And it's very important to note that you should never intervene with a situation that you might suspect is a human trafficking situation. You should contact your local law enforcement because it could be dangerous for you, for the victim, for everybody around. But there's going to be signs that you're going to look out for, and we will address those as well on this channel. So, as of today, there's 40.3 million modern-day slaves, and this is estimated by the International Labor Organization. 1 in 4 slavery victims are children. 71% of slavery victims are women and girls. Trafficking in persons is now the 3rd most profitable business for organized crime behind drugs and arms. It is also the fastest growing form of international crime. And it's speculated that the reason why this is the fastest growing criminal enterprise is because drugs and guns can be sold once, whereas people can be sold many, many times. It says 600,000 to 800,000 people are trafficked across international borders every year, according to the U.S. State Department. 80% are female and half are children. 2 million children, the majority of them girls, are sexually exploited in the multi-billion-dollar commercial sex industry. It's estimated that $32 billion in total illicit profits are produced in 1 year by trafficked forced laborers. And 148 goods have been identified from 75 countries made by forced and child labor. So there may be things in your home, food that you consume, anything could be made by child labor or forced labor. So I think we really need to go there. Look at the the places where our products are coming from and stop supporting that. We cannot support forced labor. Human trafficking in the United States, it says 80% of documented cases of human trafficking from a UN study are for the purposes of sexual exploitation. The United States was listed as the most common destination for victims. And Operation Underground Railroad emphasizes that the United States is the leading consumer in child pornography. Over 30,000 apprehensions of unaccompanied minors from 2010 to 2018 along the southern border of Mexico. So again, the United States creates the demand. This is a U.S. problem. Between 14,500 and 17,500 people are trafficked into the United States each year. California has 3 of the FBI's 13 highest child sex trafficking areas in the nation: Los Angeles, San Francisco, and San Diego. 1 in 7 of the nearly 25,000 runaways reported to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in 2017 were likely victims of child sex trafficking. And here are all the sources that O.U.R pulled from. You guys can check all this out, verify it, and keep your research going. So that was just one infographic that I wanted to share with you guys today. And I want to do more videos like this. So if you enjoy this information and think that it is helping you come to grasp with the problem at hand here, please let me know and I'll continue to make more videos like this. I'm so glad that more people are joining this fight. I'm so glad that I decided to join it, and I'm sorry that I didn't join sooner. But thank you to everyone involved in the fight against human trafficking. Don't give up. Never stop. Never stop being a voice for the people who need it. Everybody, stay safe. Have a blessed day.